Hi, I'm Nicole and
And I'm Robbie Swale.
And this is our last in our 5-video series on mastering your personal brand. So far, you've come with us on the journey of defining your personal brand, thinking about ways how you demonstrate that personal brand in an authentic way. And today we'll talk about how to evolve that as you change over time.
So the main question here is, when do you need to evolve your personal brand? And there are two parts of the answer to that question. The first is that your brand is constantly shifting because you are constantly changing and the world is constantly changing. So each of those aspects of the unique brand model, yourself, your values and beliefs and your contribution will shift over time. So to keep an eye on this, what we recommend is a quarterly check-in. You can do this by yourself using the second exercise in the demonstrate video. Check in on what's been authentic recently, what hasn't, and is there any significant change from the last time you did the exercise. You could also check in with others, get some feedback. Again, look back at the demonstrate video, ask them some questions either on something broad about what you're doing or something more specific if you think there's a more specific area of your brand that might have shifted.
The second part of this is thinking about, or is coming to bigger periods of transition in your life. And this could happen if perhaps you've been through something really traumatic, or you've been promoted into a role where you've really grown and are seeing the world differently. This could also be if you've changed roles. Maybe you've become a parent and your values and beliefs and how you see your own identity has shifted significantly. And it's the important part here is to kind of keep in mind that while many things can feel like everything is upside down, everything is shifting, reconnect with those parts of yourself the parts of yourself and the unique brand model that have stayed steady. And that will allow the space to be able to kind of think about how you promote maybe the newer aspects of yourself, the most relevant bits, as you engage with your audience going forward.
So to help you do this, at that stage, say something big has shifted for you, you realize some of your values have changed, or something about your experience has changed, or something about the contribution you want to make has changed, or just through checking in and getting feedback, you realize things aren't quite the same as they were. Come back to these videos. All the exercises are here that you need. The first thing that we'd recommend is revisit the work you've done on defining your brand. Think about what is still the same, what hasn't changed. And that can be really useful for reminding yourself that, as Nicole says, there's a lot about you that hasn't shifted at all. And then the second thing is, well, what's new? What answers have changed and what's most relevant as you go about demonstrating your brand out in the world?
And just like we've talked about in the other videos, particularly in Demonstrate, how you kind of bring that out there and how you reflect your identity to the outward world and how you contribute to that world around you can be really overwhelming, and we can get into a place of catastrophizing all of the things that we would need to do to kind of make this transition. And what we challenge you to do today is take on one thing. Maybe it's just going to have a coffee with a friend and talking about the newer, more relevant bits of what shifted in your personal brand. Maybe it's signing on one client with a new offering or a different way that you're contributing to the world. Commit to one thing and get started.
And that brings us to the end of the last video in this series. So thanks so much for watching. We've really enjoyed making the videos and we'd love to hear from you. What's been useful? What questions have you got? We love doing this work and we're really thrilled that you've been with us on this journey. So thanks so much and we hope to speak to you again.
Bye.